2024 was a weird year for Digimon fans. On one hand, 25 years after the premiere of Digimon Adventure 1999, we saw the debut of over 30 new Digimon last year through comics, games, and collaborations. But we also went a full year without even a drop of news about a new anime, film, or video games. But still, Digimon is far from being a dead franchise, with it continuing to be one of Toei Animation's most lucrative IPs. So this video is all about looking forward, breaking down what to expect from Digimon in 2025. What we know is coming, maybe a little bit of speculation, some theory crafting for good measure. Happy New Year, welcome back to the DigiNote. Thanks for your support in 2024, not just on the channel, but with your incredible interest in my debut Monster Tamer novel, Monster Revolution. But let's talk Digimon in 2025. What do we have to look forward to? What do we know is coming, and what can we reasonably predict? Let's start with Digimon Adventure Beyond, a very short film we know is arriving in late March. This animation project was announced at New York Comic Con 2024, and it'll once again reunite the adult versions of Tai, Matt, Sora, Mimi, and more at some point before the 2027 epilogue at the end of 02. It's being directed by Kakudo Hiroyuki, who was the series director of Digimon Adventure 1999 and 02 way back in the day. Importantly, he was not a part of Tri and was very briefly attached to Last Evolution Kizuna before leaving, reportedly because his vision of the Digimon adult timeline did not match the direction of Kizuna. So while you may be tired of adult adventure stories, keep in mind this will be different because this will be the first time Kakudo, one of the original creatives behind the original series, is delivering his version of Digimon Adventures in the 2020s. This short animation is set to premiere at Digimon Con 2025, which is our next known quantity for the year. For those who don't know, Digimon Con is an annual online fan event broadcast on YouTube where we get news about new merch, animation, comics, games, and more. Very E3, think Nintendo Direct. Some years are better than others in terms of how much news we receive, and sometimes Digimon Con can feel like a whole lot of nothing, but there's always that spark of hope that this is the year Digimon Con really delivers. We know the Digimon card game will continue in 2025 with the new sets being added, but perhaps the biggest news for the new year is the global unification of the card game. Come April, the newest set of cards, BT21 World Convergence, will be the first time the Japanese, English, and Chinese version of the card game releases simultaneously. Up until now, they all rolled out at different timelines, meaning fans of the English and Chinese card game were waiting months at a time for new cards that Japan already had. This is a huge deal in that it shows Bandai's commitment to the Digimon card game, not just in Japan, but internationally. Now, if only we could get a mobile game or some other digital version of the card game, like the wildly popular Pokemon TCG Pocket app from 2024. Speaking of card games, Digimon Liberator, the ongoing Digimon manga and web novel where the heroes battle with cards, is probably coming to an end in 2025. Seekers, the 2023 web novel, ran for about a year before concluding, and Liberator will be a year old in just a few months. Its solid storyline does feel like it's moving into endgame territory, so don't be surprised if you hear in the next few weeks or months that Liberator's story is coming to an end. Whether we get a new Digimon narrative project for the web after Liberator is still unknown. Seekers was there to sell Vital Bracelets, Liberator existed to sell the Digimon card game. We might be getting another narrative, but usually they don't get made unless Digimon wants to sell us something. That something is currently unknown, unless it's like Liberator Season 2 and we just keep pushing the card game. There's also this exciting World Convergence event happening with the card game where they are trying to find ways to connect the various Digimon seasons like Adventure, Frontier, Appmon, so that Digimon as a whole feels more interconnected. That might just be cards from the various series appearing in the same set, but it could be something bigger, maybe a World Convergence webcomic, who knows? Speaking of crossing over, Digimon had a big year for collaborations in 2024. They announced a Monster Hunter V-Pet featuring all new Greymon and Garurumon types. They also continued their little connection with the Medabots series by adding more Digimon-inspired bots to the ongoing Medabots mobile game. Most interesting to me was the Godzilla virtual pet that was announced but has yet to be released, featuring new art for a monster that looks like War Greymon fused with Godzilla. And for all we know, Digimon plans to lend out the IP to even more companies for even more collaborations. They're clearly on a roll, so keep your eyes peeled for more Digimon crossovers in this new year. Beyblade X has also been busy with crossover blades the last year, so could we see an official Digimon Beyblade crossover and not just me talking about both on this channel? We also need to talk about the next Digimon video game, a JRPG which does exist and could be arriving this year if we're lucky. Karn EX has a fantastic video explaining everything we know about this mystery Digimon game, and I'll link to his video in the description. But what you need to know is that a Digimon story game has been in development for several years. It was talked about as recently as 2024, confirming to us that it was not cancelled, with a representative for Digimon Games saying at Digimon Con 2024, quote, "We apologize for keeping fans waiting, but we ask for your patience until we're ready to share more information," with text on screen reading, "More information coming soon." What we know is that this will be a Digimon story game, not a world game, meaning it will play similar to Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory, although it's said to not be a sequel or side story in that specific Cyber Sleuth world. A team of Digimon called the Olympus 12 will appear as central characters of the story, and it will be set largely in the digital world. Apparently, it's been in development since 2017 in some capacity. For context, that was the same year the Nintendo Switch released. With a Switch successor on the horizon, maybe it's time for this new Digimon game to debut on new hardware. After all, Digimon and Nintendo have been pretty chummy in the past few years, with a special Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory bundle releasing on Switch a few years back, Digimon Survive arriving on Switch day one, and Digimon World Next Order hitting the Switch in 2023. So nothing guaranteed for 2025, but keep your eyes peeled in the games department. Finally, the biggest unknowns with zero leads or reputable rumors, the things we care about most on this channel, Digimon anime and Digimon movies. Is there a new Digimon anime coming in 2025? Unfortunately, there is nothing to suggest a new anime is arriving this year. When a new anime arrives, it'll be the 10th Digimon anime, and I made a video on what I think the next Digimon anime should and should not do, which you can watch and I'll link to. It's only January, there's plenty of time to surprise us and reveal a new Digimon anime for the back half of 2025. Ghost Game was revealed in summer 2021 and started in fall of that same year, but as of this moment, I'd be lying to you if I tried to say we were for sure getting an anime this year. And as for a Digimon movie, it's the same story. Zero to the Beginning in 2023 was the last film, and we have not heard anything about whether a new movie is in development. I have long held a theory that Kizuna and Zero to the Beginning are the first two films in a trilogy of stories that will get us to the Zero to epilogue, which was set in 2027. I have speculated that a movie could come out before 2027 that could finally fill in the blanks, showing us how the missing Digimon partners returned in time for the epilogue, which Digimon still insists is canon. But with no news in the film department, this theory of mine is exactly that, a theory. So while it wasn't all good news, I hope you have a better picture of what to expect from Digimon in 2025 and maybe what not to expect. Digimon Adventure Beyond will show us the original series director's vision for an adult Digimon story. Digimon Con will give us more information on what we can potentially read, watch, and buy from Digimon later this year. The Digimon card game is getting a global unification where from now on, every language that the card game supports will get new drops at the same time. Liberator is probably ending soon, and the card game is pushing a vague world convergence event we should keep an eye out for. A Digimon Story JRPG has been in hiding and might finally debut this year. And hey, if you're hungry for something brand new, something that'll scratch that digital monster itch, let me remind you that I released my own monster tamer novel, Dot Monster Revolution, inspired by 2000s anime like Digimon, Metabots, Monster Rancher, and more. Dotmon is available as an ebook and in paperback. I'll post the link below where you can read the first 25 pages for free and pick it up if you're interested. If you read it already, remember to leave a review on Amazon or Goodreads, as that will help me big time. Once again, Happy New Year. Fingers crossed that Digimon impresses in 2025. We know that fans are still out there, still passionate, just waiting for the series to blow us away. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.